Hey everybody, today I wanted to share something very, very special. This is something that I've been after for a very, very long time, and I don't know if you've been keeping up with some of my videos. I have been trying to acquire first pressings of the Beatles' original UK albums, either in mono or stereo. I'd like to get the complete mono run and the complete stereo run, but as I'm sure a lot of you know, those are very, very hard to find in good condition. They're very collectible, obviously, and they usually go for just insane amounts of money. But this year, for my birthday, every year for my birthday, I try to I would buy myself something a little bit extra, a little bit outside of my price range, something that I would normally feel kind of weird if I actually bought it. But since it was my birthday, I decided to put a little extra money into it, and I picked up this UK pressing of Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is indeed a first pressing. This is a UK stereo, and it's not in amazing condition at all. I will say that right off the bat. The record itself is in, I would say, probably it's probably like VG plus is what I would say. So very good. It does have some surface noise, but generally speaking, it plays all the way through, no skips, not a lot of surface noise once the music is playing, and just in general, I'm very, very happy to have this, and I thought I would show it to you now. I'll give you a detailed look. Now, the actual sleeve itself is not in the best shape at all, and I will show you that. But first, let me show you the record, because that's the coolest part of this, in my opinion. And of course, it's got the Parlophone yellow and black label. And this is it's -1, so it's a first pressing, and again, it's stereo. And the one thing that I think I wanted to share with a lot of you in this video is that these early Parlophone Beatle pressings, sometimes they can look kind of beaten up. But unlike a lot of other like modern records that have little scuffs and light scratches, these play exceptionally well. So a lot of times, just when you visually inspect these, they can look kind of beaten up. But once you play them, they actually play much better. Usually, much better than they look. And this is the case for this one for sure, because it has a couple of scuffs, but nothing deep at all. I don't know if that even shows up on camera. It looks pretty good on camera right now. But like I said, it plays about VG plus. If I'm being very, very conservative, it's a solid VG is what I would call it. But here's side 2. And I just love the way these look. And yeah, besides the fact that it looks nice, because that's okay, but really what's important is how it sounds. It sounds really, really nice. I think when it comes to a lot of these early Parlophone pressings, they're not always the be-all, end-all as far as the best sound. I think when it comes to Sgt Pepper for the stereo pressing, I still prefer the like mid-70s pressings that have the HTM in the dead wax, which is Harry T. Moss, and those are found in the blue box. I think those just have a little bit more clarity as far as I'm concerned. But that's not to say that this doesn't sound excellent, because it really, really does. And this one has going for it something that all the other pressings don't. And this is the one that was all the other Beatles. When this came out, this is what all the Beatles and George Martin and Jimi Hendrix signed off on, is this exact pressing. So that's always very, very cool and interesting. So the record itself, like I said, it plays great. Sounds really, really nice. I shouldn't say that. It doesn't play great, but it plays very, very good. Great to me. And yeah, it just sounds great. Now, let me show you this. This is not in the best shape, as I'm sure you can tell and you can see, but still okay is what I would call it. I'd call this like, well, it's not even really good if you were going to grade it, but it's good at best is what I would say. So there's the front and there's the back. The back really has a lot of the most wear, as you can see. But like I said, I didn't buy this for the, and I put this in the middle, I'll show that in a second. Didn't buy it for the sleeve here, but still, very nice to have an original. And I think it has the original, no, it does not. Well, that's okay. Anyway, there's the sleeve, but it does have the original insert with the cutouts, which is very cool to have. I always thought this was very, very cool. Eventually, what I would like to do is frame one of these. I have so many of these hanging around in various different pressings. It'd be cool to frame this and put it in like an eventual like music room. That's another thing I wanted to mention is that so my wife and I are in the process of trying to find another place to live. The place we're in right now, this place, we love it. It's great. We will be here for at least another 5-6 months. We don't have to get out or anything like that. We're just, we're feeling like we want to kind of expand, get something a little bigger. This is just an apartment. So when we do, though, my big plan is to have, hopefully, if we can, have one room that's just devoted to all of our records and the stereo system and like that. And when that happens, I would love to frame one of these and put that up in the room and have like my butcher cover there and all that kind of stuff. So if and when that does happen, I will try to document that whole process of creating that room and doing that whole thing. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, back to this Sgt. Pepper pressing. So like I said, got this for my birthday, and I've listened to this a handful of times now, and it really does sound good. And if you're wondering, like, oh, how does it compare to... You gotta be really careful when I put this back in, because the edges are quite frayed here. How does it compare to other pressings that I have of Sgt. Pepper? I would say at this point, this is like my number 2 stereo pressing of Sgt. Pepper. Like I said, for me, the Harry T. Moss pressing from like the mid 70s is the one to go to. And on top of that, it's the one I have multiple pressings of that. I think I have like 3 pressings of that right now. All 3 of those are hands down in much better condition than this one. In fact, all 3 of them, I think I would put them in like excellent condition to even mint minus. So there's that going for those. But like I said, having an original stereo UK pressing is a pretty big deal for me, and a lot of fun to listen to, especially listening to it through the speakers. I say that because I do listen to, when I listen to records, if it's during the day, I listen to records through these speakers. But at night, which is when I do a lot of my record listening, I will listen with headphones. And obviously, a record that is not as good as quality as far as the grading goes, with headphones, it's not as pleasant of an experience. A lot of times when you listen with speakers, because it's like an open room and that, it does cover a lot of the like surface noise and all that kind of stuff. But with headphones, you hear every little thing. So that's a little tip. If you're going to sell a record online, before you sell it and you grade it, listen with headphones, because headphones will reveal every little imperfection within the record. Like when I had my website and I was selling records, I would listen on the speakers as far as the overall sound to find the best pressing. But then once I found the best pressings, I would always listen to every single record I had sold. I would listen to it front and back at least 2 times with headphones to make sure there were no imperfections. Because the last thing I wanted to do was sell a record to somebody who spent hard-earned money and they get it home and they find like a click or just some kind of bad audio imperfection that I didn't pick up on my speakers. Because I'm sure like you, so many times I've bought records online, I get them home, they claim to be, a mint record or even just a excellent or whatever, get it home and there's like all kinds of problems within the record, and that's like the worst feeling in the world. So I never ever wanted to be responsible for that. Of course, it's almost impossible to find or let records go out that are just absolutely perfect. That just doesn't exist. But most of the time, I felt about 99% sure that everything I was sending out was in good condition, or at least if there were any imperfections, I knew about them and I would let the person buying know about the imperfections. Anyway, that was a little bit of a weird tangent, but I just want to let you know, if you're going to sell records, listen with headphones, you will definitely hear all the little imperfections that they might have. So, anyway, that's the video for today. I just wanted to share this, wanted to show this. I'm very proud to have this in my collection now. I am still trying to find all of the Beatles original UK pressings on vinyl, obviously, because of their pressings, and that would make them on vinyl. And I think as of now, I'm still missing quite a few. I still need to get Please Please Me, which is a very hard one to find, especially if it's a first pressing. Those go for a lot of money. I think I still need With the Beatles. I have A Hard Day's Night. I have Beatles for Sale. I have Help. I have Rubber Soul. I need a Revolver. Revolver is my next big one that I'm after. Either finding a mono or a stereo original UK pressing of Revolver. That's high on my list. I now have Sgt Pepper in stereo. I still need to get an original Light album. That's a big one for me, especially a mono. That would be huge. Have Yellow Submarine, I have Abbey Road, and I have Let It Be. So I'm on the lookout. So I'm always keeping my eyes peeled. And the other thing, though, is that obviously I'm on a budget. I can't just spend insane amounts of money on these early pressings. So I'm always trying to find the good deals. So I know that a lot of these are available online, but they are available for just way outside of my budget. But someday I will have all of the pressings that I'm looking for. So anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know in the comments below if you have any questions about this particular pressing that maybe I didn't talk about in the video, or maybe you have your own Sgt Pepper UK pressing that you'd like to talk about. Please, in the comments below, mention that. Love to read your comments, and that's it for now. So bye for now. Take care.